Sony RX100 VII. Shrink your whole camera bag into your pocket and look smug at airport security, because this little machine packs a zoom from 24 all the way to 200 millimeters and snags shots with autofocus so sticky, it's basically Velcro for eyeballs. Stunning image and video quality make your vacation look way fancier than it actually is, but be ready to curse the battery life when it dies before happy hour, and wrestle with menus that could confuse an airline pilot. If you want big league performance while looking like you packed light, this sassy little brick earns 8 out of 10. Panasonic Lumix DMC-FZ300. Traveling with the FZ300 is like having a Swiss Army knife that accidentally swallowed a giraffe. This thing zooms from 25 to 600 millimeters, so if you want that squirrel on the other mountain, you got it. It's got speedy autofocus, nice color, and weather sealing and a chunky body that doubles as self-defense against pickpockets. But let's not pretend anyone is pocketing this beast unless they wear cargo pants from the 90s. If size and style matter less to you than catching Bigfoot in 4K, call it a bold 6 out of 10. Ricoh GR III. The Ricoh GR III is the James Bond of travel cameras. Slinky, sharp, and always ready to slide into your jeans, offering luscious image quality with a punchy 28mm lens and autofocus quick enough to catch any action before your croissant flakes hit the ground. Ergonomics are so good it makes other pocket cameras jealous, and battery life is solid. But treat video like a forbidden topic at parties. Just stick to gorgeous photos and bask in the cult-like enthusiasm from street shooters across the globe. This traveler's secret weapon scores a stylish 9 out of 10. Ricoh GR IIIx. If you want to slip a real camera into your jeans and feel like a street ninja, the Ricoh GR IIIx absolutely nails that vibe, thanks to a razor-sharp 40mm lens and image quality that makes phone shooters weep. Sure, it starts up as fast as you can say, cheese, and will surprise you with macro powers and snappy autofocus. But watch out, the battery quits faster than you after a Monday meeting. All in all, it is pocketable, powerful, but definitely for photographers who travel light and have a power bank stuck to their hip. 7 out of 10. Fujifilm X100VI. The Fuji X100VI is like that beautiful stranger you met abroad. Classic, full of surprises, and secretly way more expensive than you think. But wow. Those 40 megapixels and the punchy film colors refuse to miss. Image stabilization for your jittery, over-caffeinated street walks means everything looks like a movie, and it is so quiet, you will start to believe you're actually a spy instead of a tourist with questionable map skills. It is not the battery marathon champion, and you will need luck to actually find one in stock. But for make your friends jealous travel snaps, this is the dream ticket. 9 out of 10. Sony CyberShot RX100 VII. The Sony CyberShot RX100 VII lets you zoom from 24 to 200 millimeters, so you can stalk wildlife or people watch from a safe, discreet distance without missing a beat. It fits in your pocket like a Snickers bar, autofocus is so fast it practically predicts the future, and even lets vloggers finally plug in a microphone. But watch those menus unless you really love labyrinth puzzles. The price is steep and battery life is meh, but as an all-purpose, did you seriously shoot that on vacation? Travel cam, it is hard to beat. 8 out of 10. Sony ZV-1. Small enough to disappear in your jacket pocket but loud enough to make your travel vlogs look pro, the Sony ZV-1 pops out sharp photos, rich video, and focuses on your face faster than your mom can say freeze for the photo. That side-flipping screen and easy-to-use controls mean you get zero excuses for botching your next viral TikTok, and yes, the built-in mic with windshield means the only thing windy is your travel stories. But if you want a viewfinder or to swap lenses, keep swiping. This is a creator's tool, not a camera nerd's playground. 8 out of 10. Panasonic Lumix LX100 II. This chunky little wonder is like the Swiss Army knife of travel cameras. Punchy photos, discreet size, and a lens that goes from wide landscapes to sneaky street snaps without breaking a sweat. The analog dials make you feel like a film god, but the fixed screen is stuck in 2014 and there's no mic jack, so whisper sweet nothings to your Instagram stories somewhere else. It's not perfect, but if you're an enthusiast who likes to fiddle and get artsy, this one will keep you happy, as long as you're not obsessed with video blogs. 6 out of 10. DJI Pocket 3. Calling this pocket gimbal camera tiny is like calling your hotel room a shoebox, except this little thing delivers buttery smooth video and doesn't snore. Instantly ready to record, the Pocket 3 shoots stunning travel shots, tracks your face even if you're sprinting for your train, and nails the audio so you sound way more interesting than you actually are. It does require a gentle touch. Drop it in water, and it's toast. But if you value portability and can live without banging it around, this is a vlogging dream machine. 9 out of 10. Sony ZV-E10. Ready to ditch your phone but still want a camera that fits in the side pocket of your backpack? The Sony ZV-E10 slices through travel with a feather-light body, and that magic Sony autofocus, perfect for nabbing sharp shots of the local llamas or your jet-lagged face. Flip that fully articulated screen for flawless selfies. But beware, in low light it gets grainier than your uncle's conspiracy theories, and the lack of a viewfinder may leave you squinting in the sun like a lost tourist. Not totally pro, but if you just want crisp vlogs and easy snaps, it's a smart, wallet-friendly upgrade from your phone. 7 out of 10. Sony Alpha ZV-10 II. Packing a big sensor punch and a camera not much heavier than your water bottle, the Alpha ZV-E10 II brings juicy 4K at 60 frames per second, a revamped 26-megapixel sensor, and swappable lenses, so you can go from shooting mountain vistas to close-ups of your airline meal without missing a beat. It's got monster autofocus, solid battery life for long days, and super easy controls. But zero weather sealing and no viewfinder means keep this cutie out of monsoons, and sunglasses are still required in bright cities. If you're a pack light shoot pro kind of traveler, this is a hard one to beat. 9 out of 10. Sony ZV-1 Mark II. The ZV-1 Mark II is the pocket-sized show-off who does vlogging better than most humans, with eye-popping autofocus and an ultra-wide lens that makes your arms look like they were made for group selfies. The video is smooth and sharp, but forget about those creamy, blurred backgrounds and hope you're not recording under the noon sun, because the screen can get dimmer than your last vacation's beach bar. Snap this up if you want dead simple one-handed shooting and don't care about swapping lenses. Just keep your expectations realistic when the lights go down. 6 out of 10. OM System TG7. If Indiana Jones needed a camera, he'd pick the OM System TG7. This thing shrugs off water, dust, cold, and falls like it's got 9 lives and a GoPro complex. You get good enough photos and video even in rough spots. Plus you can drop it off a kayak or forget it in the snow and it will just ask what's next. But the tech inside is about as modern as flip phones, and at this price it should probably walk your dog too. If you want indestructible and tiny, it's great for adventure, but you might miss some crispness for your postcard pics. 6 out of 10. Fujifilm X-T50. The Fujifilm X-T50 looks like a vintage camera, but it snaps pics with a wild 40-megapixel sensor, giving your travel shots detail sharp enough to read street signs from space. It is light, stylish, and the exclusive film simulation dial means you can get that Instagram-ready vibe before you even get home. Though you might grumble at the controls and wish the screen flipped a little more for those awkward selfies with Big Ben. If you want epic photos and don't mind a few interface quirks, this retro beauty will snap your next adventure right. 8 out of 10. Canon EOS R7. The Canon EOS R7 is like a sports car of travel cameras. Fast autofocus, burst shooting that feels like you pressed turbo, and weather sealing that laughs in the face of raindrops. But good luck finding native travel-friendly lenses for it, unless your bag also doubles as a suitcase. Image quality is seriously solid, battery life keeps up, and the handling is intuitive, though it is a touch heavier, and those quirky dials might leave you scratching your head the first day. If you're ready to invest in glass and want a camera as eager for adventure as you, this one's a smart pick. 7 out of 10. Nikon Z8. The Nikon Z8 is like taking a bazooka to a water balloon fight. The image quality is absolutely epic, and the autofocus tracks your subject so well, it might as well remind you what you had for breakfast. That said, your biceps will get a gym-level workout just carrying it, because this chunky beast is nowhere near pocket-friendly and screams, "Serious photographer on vacation, hope you bought a bigger suitcase." Unless you plan to shoot wild animals and NBA-level street photos on your European tour, this travel companion is gloriously overqualified. 6 out of 10. Canon SX740 HS. The Canon SX740 HS is basically the David Blaine of travel cameras, slipping a ridiculous 40 times optical zoom into something so pocketable, you'll forget you even brought it on your trip. Snap zoomy 960mm shots of that mysterious mountain goat. But don't expect prints to make your phone jealous, because image quality is what happens when you cross "it'll do" with "please don't zoom in too far." If you just want easy photos and travel-friendly vibes, this camera is a dependable sidekick, even if it sometimes feels more souvenir than gallery piece. 7 out of 10. Canon PowerShot G7X Mark III. The Canon PowerShot G7X Mark III is the travel buddy who's first in line to photobomb your group shots, but does it with stylish colors, buttery smooth video, and a knack for vlogging so good it might launch your influencer career. It actually fits in your pocket, takes photos that slap your expensive phone in the face, and its only real flaws are a few missing pro features you probably won't notice while sipping cocktails by the pool. If you want vacation snaps and video that demand more likes than your morning cappuccino, this is the camera to sneak into your passport wallet. 9 out of 10. Panasonic Lumix FZ80D. Look, this thing zooms so far you could probably read your neighbor's grocery list from across the street, all thanks to that monster 60 times zoom lens. But images end up looking like your phone just woke up from a nap. Grainy, fuzzy, and oddly nostalgic for a time when megapixels were just a suggestion. The FZ80D tries to impress with features galore, a speedy burst rate, and even 4K video, but its tiny sensor is its Achilles heel. By the time you hit max zoom, detail has gone right out the window. Basically, if your trip is more spy movie than photo album, this is your sidekick. But for everyone else, 3 out of 10. Kodak PixPro C1. This cheerful little retro brick feels like a camera from your childhood, but with more reliable batteries and way fewer buttons to confuse you, turning every quick street snap into a pocket-sized work of lo-fi art. It weighs next to nothing, slips right into your tightest jeans, and shoots funky, vintage-tinged pictures that charm more than they impress. Perfect if you want to look artsy, but not if you want to zoom in on anything further than your own arm. For travel, it's a fun party trick, not a pro tool, so enjoy the vibes and the price, but keep your smartphone handy. 5 out of 10. Canon PowerShot V1. The Canon PowerShot V1 swaggers in with a big sensor, ultra-wide 16 to 50 millimeter lens, and autofocus so snappy, you'd think it was trying to impress someone, making it a true best friend for vloggers, casual shooters, and travelers who want gorgeous 4K footage without a camera bag full of mystery cables. Sure, you might miss a viewfinder or built-in flash at night, but all the stabilization, clever features, and content creator cred more than make up for a few quirks. If you want your vacation stories to look cinematic and crisp, this is your go-to travel buddy. 9 out of 10. Sony RX100 III. Sony's RX100 III is so tiny it could hide in your travel wallet, but inside it's hiding a 1-inch sensor that packs more detail than your vacation roommate packs. Annoyances. The images are sharp, the pop-up electronic viewfinder is a show-off, and even in low light, your photos will look like they belong in a glossy magazine. Just don't expect to zoom in on wildlife playing hide-and-seek, because 70 millimeters is all you get. Premium quality and pocketable, but your wallet might weep harder than you do at airport security. 8 out of 10. Panasonic Lumix Z60S. You get a mighty 30 times zoom that'll catch anything from the street market snack to a suspicious seagull, all squeezed into a chunky compact that almost fits in your pocket. But bring it to dinner after sunset, and those low-light shots turn into a noisy mess, and colors get smudgy. Basically, your digital memories look like someone wiped their greasy hands on your vacation slideshow. Perfect for sunlight and city days, but at night it wishes it was a much fancier camera. 5 out of 10. Panasonic Lumix ZS99. The ZS99 is that friend who brags about its 30 times zoom and quick autofocus, but quietly avoids the topic of taking pictures after sundown because low light is its nemesis and shadowy scenes just come out mushy. During the day, though, it's pocket-friendly, packed with fun features, and you'll snag travel snaps your phone simply cannot reach, though your phone might win a color pop contest. Bring some zoom-fueled fun for travel, but in dark restaurants or midnight strolls, the ZS99 would rather be left at home with the lights on. 6 out of 10. Canon PowerShot SX740 HS. This camera zooms from 24 to 960 millimeters, so you can photograph your breakfast or the moon from the same chair. But pictures get a bit fuzzy at max zoom and night shots look like they were painted with a potato. It flips up for selfies and boots up fast enough to catch your travel buddy blinking. But do not expect your photos to outshine your phone's snazzy HDR magic. With a sensor that cries in the dark and no raw photo option, you get tourist snapshot energy for pro-level cash. 5 out of 10. Sony ZV-1F. This cheerful pocket camera is built for vloggers, with a 20mm wide lens that makes your face look less like a mugshot and more like a travel star. But do not try zooming in or chasing wildlife unless you like the world blurry. 4K video looks clean and colors pop, but autofocus has an identity crisis and likes to hunt for your face like it's playing hide-and-seek, so get comfy with unpredictable focus. Solid for talking to the camera and social posting, but if you want flexibility or sharp stills, you might want to keep scrolling. 6 out of 10. Sony RX1R2. This pint-sized powerhouse packs a full-frame 42-megapixel sensor and a razor-sharp 35mm lens, turning boring tourist snaps into gallery-worthy art in a blink. Autofocus is now snappy, so you can chase pigeons and fleeting sunsets without cursing at missed shots. But beware, the controls are still fiddly, and battery life is basically tiny espresso size, so bring spares. For travel, this is stealth luxury, but its price tag will leave your wallet gasping for air, so only buy it if you want secret agent vibes mixed with breathtaking travel shots. 8 out of 10. Sony RX1. With its sleek, classic build and stunning 35mm Zeiss lens, this camera squeezes medium format quality into a body small enough to lose between couch cushions. You'll love the crisp detail and rich color, but autofocus is sluggish, battery life is short, and there's no built-in viewfinder, so you're squinting at screens while hunting for photogenic llamas. For travel, the image magic is undeniable, but you'll need patience, spare batteries, and a zen-like calm in the face of missed moments. 6 out of 10.